Hello? Hi everyone. Today is a fun little day. What we're gonna do is we are going to go for a walk. So today, obviously it's difficult to go for a walk IRL together, but I have this lovely setting, look at this. Nice bit of British countryside, right? And what I've also got is a treadmill, which goes underneath my desk. I can stand up and I can take a walk. So whether you're inside today, whether you're doing chores, or whether maybe you'd like to go for a walk yourself, let's go for a walk and let's chat about things together. Kumaki, thank you very much for the super. Alright, without further ado, let me turn this bad boy on. Hopefully it's not too loud, but I know you guys like white noise anyway. Beep beep. Oh, there it goes. Now, I'm a pretty fast walker, to be honest. I walk really fast, and I tend to get annoyed when people walk slowly. Kairos, thank you very much for the super. Handsome demon into the woods. Now, you gotta be careful. I might be nice, but a lot of demons that lure you into the woods, they wouldn't be quite so gentle. Noah, thank you for the super. Good evening, my lord. I'm really looking forward to going for a walk together. You're my cute little dog. Alright, I'm gonna put... I got your leash on. Alright, come on. Walkies. Walkies. Let's go. Come on. Come on. I gotta turn it up. Yeah, no, I always walk really fast. I don't really know what it is. But it's definitely just something about me as a person. I'm always get annoyed at people who are walking slow. I'm like, do you not have somewhere to be? Come on! Yukiji, thank you so much for the super. Of course we can hold hands while we're walking. Me babe, thank you very much for the super. Let's walk together. You need to touch grass. I've been out today! I went out today. I went out yesterday. I go on walks every day. Unless I'm like particularly busy. I go for a walk every day. You guys need to touch grass. Half my co-workers need to touch grass. Those guys... Some of those guys never go out and they're like, yeah, Lamau, I'm a VTuber, I don't go outside. And I'm like, guys, come on. I think there's just this, like... I hesitate to call it, like, millennial, but I think it's kind of a millennial thing to be really into your own unhealth and suffering and to be like, yep, I haven't been out in 6 weeks. And I'm like, man, are you alright? You know? I'm jogging. I'm not. This is walking. Remember, I have very long legs. Remember, I'm a very long-legged man. They call me, I mean, you know, I hesitate to say they call me Daddy Long Legs, but they call me both of those things separately. Cloud9, thank you very much for the super. Touch more grass. Alright. Alright, I'll touch more grass. You know, I think I touch plenty of grass. I don't know if I touch enough bush, though. You know, I'm a bush. I'm a bush. If I'm not a bush, I'm not no one. Citrus, thank you very much for the super. What's my record amount of steps in a day? I don't know about record because I used to have a phone. My phone doesn't record my steps. It used to, but I don't know why it stopped doing that. I used to go for long walks. I think, if I was to be really honest, I think the most I ever walked in a day would probably be around 30, 40,000 steps. Something like that. But when I used to go to college, I would walk all the way. You know, I've said this before, but I usually walk really, really far, and I like to walk, and so while I could have easily gotten the bus to college in about 15 minutes, I chose to walk for an hour, and walking there and back was around about 12,000 steps in all, and that every day was really good for me. It was very helpful, very healthy. Very lively, thank you for the super. You have one too, use it while at home. It's really nice, honestly. I'm quite enjoying it so far. Sai, thank you very much for the super. Wanted to walk, but I'm in my pajamas in bed. Okay, well you stay cozy, Sai, alright? You stay cozy. Ting 10, thank you so much for the Aku super. I'm glad you were staying busy. I'm glad you were being responsible, you know, living your own life. I miss you too. Poor thing. Sorry, at least we get a chance to hang out now with our nice little walk. And thank you very much for the Aku super. I missed you too. Chameleus, thank you. This is my first time taking a walk with a demon. Is there anything I need to pay attention to? Well, just listen to what I tell you, and hopefully we'll have a nice time. You can appreciate the sights, the sounds, the smells. What I like to do when I'm on a walk, I'll usually listen to music, but sometimes you have to raw dog a walk. Whoa, shit! Oh my fucking god, not again though! There goes my fucking shit! Ah, there goes the water again, but it's near the front. Okay, hold up. Hold up, I'm still walking. Where's the kitchen towels? I left them upstairs. There they are. Can I keep walking while I do this? I can. For God's sake! For God's sake, I spilt another drink. I'm so clumsy. I'm the clumsiest man alive. I am the clumsiest human being alive. Well, I'm not a human being, I was just quoting Jeremy Clarkson. Wish I was a human being. That'd be pretty cool if I didn't have to deal with all of this fucking violent rubbish every day. There we go. No, that's fine. It only spilt near the keyboard. It was on like a little pad, so it's okay. The clumsiest demon. I am. Unless I lock in when I'm fighting, I'm really clumsy. But I think that's an adrenaline thing. Misty, have you seen the game One Man vs. 100 Gorillas? I think it's Ucore. One man could not beat 100 gorillas. I reckon I could, but I think the emotional damage of fighting 100 gorillas and killing them all would kill me. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if I fought and killed 100 gorillas, the emotional drawback of that would be, I would be so miserable afterwards. I would just be so sad. Oh, Kairos, the problem is my bottle, I get a water bottle that is closable, I just forget to close it. Because I'm stupid. Because I'm fucking stupid. Damien, thank you very much for the super. Please don't walk too fast. I didn't think I could push my wheelchair very fast. Unless you want to push me along. Okay, no, I'm gonna push your wheelchair, alright? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna grab the back of it. I'm gonna be like, here we go! Woo! And I'm gonna push you along like I'm pushing you on a swing. You know, like I'm your very enthusiastic older brother, and I'm like, come on, we're gonna go on it, wee! And I'm gonna like send you down a hill and stuff like that. Well, I would go down the hill with you. I wouldn't just tip you. That'd be pretty bad. Wee! I think that'd be pretty cute. I'd like to do that. Because to be honest, right, obviously I could never imagine actually, you know, I can't imagine how difficult life would be, you know, being disabled and needing to use a wheelchair. But I think a lot of kids who see other kids in wheelchairs are a little jealous. And I wonder if there's a little bit of, like, happiness to take from that. Is that little kids see wheelchairs, and a lot of little kids, especially mobility scooters, little kids think they're really cool, you know? I remember one of my friend's kids, he saw a guy with a wheelchair once. He was like, Daddy, can I have a wheelchair? Can I have one of those? That's so cool. It's like a big car. And he was like, no, son, that's for his health. And he was like, but please, it's so cool, right? So, I don't know. I think obviously there's so much stigma around disability, which is such a shame. But I feel like if I were in that position, I would take comfort in knowing that kids envied that and wanted the cool wheelchair, you know. You can never stop yourself from having fun. Cloud9, thank you for the super. Love being a waitress. You are a soldier. Being a waitress, good lord. Very lively. I think I'm just getting unlucky. It's claiming for my lips and attention while sadly they're occupied. Yana, thank you very much for the super. Touching grass simulator, can we hold your hand? Of course you can hold my hand. Hold my hand, walk through the beautiful British countryside. What's my real age, and what age do you give other humans when they ask your age? Well, my real age I don't really know. Somewhere north of 400, but it's probably closer to 500 now or past it. I have, you know, very limited memories of that kind of thing, but if someone... I tend to make it up. Do you want to know? I forget how old Victor Abbott is now. My alter ego. I forget how old he is now. I forget when I set his birthday. Oh god, I'm gonna have to figure that out. Because usually if someone asks how old I am in real life, I usually give them somewhere in the region of 30, 40, something like that. But I tend to change it around because I'm really forgetful, you know? Mari, thank you so much for the super. Vic Senior. Oh, Vic Senior, I mean, obviously, you know, first arrived 1925, so I would have set his birthday somewhere in like the late 1800s, so he would be well over 100 years old right now were he still alive, sadly. But happily he is succeeded by his son, who is also me. It's a bit confusing. But all perfectly recognized within the eyes of the law. Wallflower, thank you very much for the super. Been walking for 22 hours so far this week, so this will be a walk in the park. Oh, nice. I might trip from your words, but I'll do my best to keep up with you. Yeah, I'll try not to fluster you too much. But maybe I will, just to give you something to get excited about. Camellias, thank you very much. I guess you'll have to jog a little to keep up with me. Don't leave me behind. I'm sorry. I'm going to turn the speed up. Here I go. I'm running away. It only goes up to 6 miles an hour. Here I go. I'm running away. You got to keep up. I think I can walk that fast. If I power walk, yeah, that's fine. I can just about power walk 6 miles an hour. But it is running away from me just a little bit. I'm just walking. I'm just walking. Alright, back down, back down, back down. Back down, back down, back down. I gotta conserve my energy. We're gonna be walking for a few hours today. Maybe a couple hours. I don't know. I took a walk. I'm sorry, I walk really fast organically. I can't help it. I feel bad when I'm walking with my mum, because my mum, my lovely mum, she needs to walk slowly, and I keep forgetting, and I keep speeding off. She's like, can you slow down? Can you slow down for a second? I'm sorry. And I walk backwards, and I back up, and I go back up to her. And then immediately I'll start walking away again. Please walk slow. I'm only 4'9". You're so tiny. You're so little. Why are you so little? Look at you. Sorry, I didn't realize we had fucking Thor and Oakenshield in chat. I didn't realize we had fucking Tinkerbell. Jesus. Didn't realize we had Sabrina Carpenter in here. That'll always be the funniest thing to me about Sabrina Carpenter, is the fact that she has to hire dancers who are also as short or shorter than she is. Because otherwise she would look... She's like 4'11" or something like that? Sorry, there's a bit more... Just trying to... There's like a tiny bit of moisture between the keys. I'm trying to blow them out, but... I don't know, I don't think that's going to do anything. I assume it'll dry out eventually. We got a lot of 4'11" gamers here today. 4'11" guy, I didn't realize there were that many of you. I didn't realize there were that many people who were that small. I mean, I come from a time when a lot of people were that small. I mean, yeah, what you have to remember is, well, 178 is kind of... In the UK, that's slightly above average height. Like, the average height for a man in the UK is 5'8". But back in Sengoku, when I was living back then, the average height was a lot shorter than that. Tokugawa Ieyasu, actually, was 5'2". According to a lot of historical estimates. Obviously, I didn't get a chance to measure him accurately while he was stabbing me in the stomach. But he was 5'2" and was a great warrior. You know, a lot of people were around about 5 foot. Even soldiers were 5 foot, which is why someone like Honda Tadakatsu, who was, I think, about 6'5", 6", maybe taller. That's why he was such a legendary warrior, with all of those tales about how Honda Tadakatsu was never once wounded in battle because of his superior defense. But I don't know. We don't know if that's true, but his legend is very important, and I think it's nice to have real samurai pass into myth like that. I think it's a very cool thing. I'm 178, but I become much taller another time. In actuality, when everything went down, as you see me depicted in the Demon Hungers, I tried to make it as height accurate as I could. So I was a lot bigger then than I was when you saw me as a moose a couple of years ago. During that battle, I think I would have been around 11 or 12 feet tall. It just keeps going up. the more souls that go in, the bigger I get. There's no real cap to it, as far as I'm aware. And I have been taller than that, but I won't tell you. I won't tell you about that just now. There's more to it than that. The price of that height is high. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy being 178. I don't feel a desire to compete with Doppio or anything like that because I know the consequences of being that tall. Do I expand proportionally? I mean, I get wider. Not, you know, I don't have like a bigger belly or anything, but I have bigger muscles. You gotta go back, you gotta go, if you're a new kindred, it's no worries. You've just gotta go watch the Demon Hungers and watch a couple of the streams from that time. I feel like a lot of people might not have even seen what I look like when I'm that height. When's your next feature film, Oomph? It won't be for quite some time, but when it does come, it will be very big. I'm telling you, when my next big project comes, it will be very, very big. The biggest one I've done yet. I've already said this, but I'll remind you, when something, you know, it's not necessarily a feature film, it's not necessarily something like that, it could be completely different, but there is a project in the works, like I've said a million times, and it will be very big. Psychelia, thank you so much for the Aku Super. Sorry it took a while to get to this one. If we can take a walk together wearing the same pair of headphones and listening to the same song, that would be so nice. Everyone's got Bluetooth headphones now. I miss the days of sharing a earbud with somebody, you know? I miss the days of sharing an earbud where, you know, you could have one on and then we sort of lean close together, kind of knock heads. It wasn't convenient, but it was so cute and sweet, you know? I'd love to do that with you, sweetheart. Thank you very much for the Aku Super once again. Mwah. Winter, thank you very much. I suddenly remembered when I was working at a 24-hour grocery store, customers' lollipops. They call me the Lollipop Man. Oh, that's cute. Kairos, thank you. Time to change that. You can't tell me to change that because changing that involves somebody dying. But if it happens, it happens. Love cake, thank you very much. Can't be walking with you. Be sure to stop by for the VOD sometime soon. I'm sure you will. Have a lovely day. Enjoy your walkies. I'm enjoying my walkies so far. Stomping Tascodo, welcome back, Mimoose. Oh god. If I had to... Oh god, I mean, I don't think, if I was that big again, I don't think I would fit onto this little treadmill. It's quite narrow. Honestly, it's quite narrow. If I was that big... I don't know if it'd be a very good idea. Has it happened yet? It's happening. It's happening. We may not see the results of it happening for some time. But remember, I said a while ago that I would probably be here for at least another 10 years. So we've got, you know, there's a decent window in which we can get a lot of things done. So don't worry. So don't worry about any of that. All my plans are quietly moving forward, and we don't have to worry about a thing. Sola, thank you so much for the super. Is this an exercise stream? Thought a walk date stream. Walking speed is so fast that I'm always running. Well, I'm sure I'll slow down a little bit later. I imagine once we've been walking for like an hour, I'll probably slow down. I mean, for me, this walking speed is quite like, this is like my equilibrium. We're going at about 4 miles an hour now. This is like kind of where I just level out, and I think I recover at the same speed that I use energy. So I don't really, unless I'm going for a long, long time, I don't tend to get tired walking at this speed. I'm just so used to it. Leanne Ether, thank you very much for the super. Of course. I love my Chinese fans. Why neat? Thank you very much. Well, Aini. Lily, thank you very much for the super. I can walk this far because I'm walking around a lot of work. With your speed, I might need to run to keep up with you. Well, I'll slow down in a bit. I'll slow down in a bit. Sadly, this only goes up to 6 miles an hour, so I can't suddenly put it up to 15 and run away. Need a piggyback. Oh, I'd love to piggyback you around. Yeah, I'll piggyback you all through the woods. If there's, you know what I want to do. If we're walking through the woods like we are right now, you know, we're in a little countryside walk. somewhere in maybe the Cotswolds or the Lake District, what I would do is we see a puddle on the floor after a bit of rain, and I pick you up bridal style and carry you across. God, thank you very much for the super. Your voice is my music today. Let's do our best. Yeah. I'll be there for you. I hope. Good luck with your exercise. Misty, thank you very much for the super. During those 10 years, I do hope for JP collab someday. Yeah, maybe one day. Maybe one day. I hope that I'll be able to collaborate with JP. I mean, I've done some stuff with JP. We were on Lock on Fleek. We did the whole telephone game thing. You know? I did the whole, I did that collab with Cronoir like a good while ago. That was a couple of years ago now. But, you know, like a proper stream collab with JP would be fun. I stream with Prof quite a bit, but obviously he's incredible at both English and Japanese. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Akuma, thank you very much for the super. The ideal height difference for kissing is 12 centimeters. Well, doesn't matter if you're less than 12 centimeters or more, shorter than me, or taller. We'll make it work. Leanne, thank you very much for the super. Just wait a moment, hold on. What? What? You gotta keep up! You gotta keep up, Leanne, come on! Sorry, I'll slow down. I'll slow down. Blue, thank you very much. I'll jog to keep up. This is so cute. This is so cute. I'm walking with my big, fast strides, and then all my little kindred are just running like, slow down. We can't. And I'm like, come on, this is fine. Little Luna, thank you. Not me on a walk right now. Somehow managing to match your pace with my short legs. Walking is good for your mental health. Nice to be out. It is. That's the main thing about touching grass, is it's not even necessarily about your physical health, it is about your mental health. Going out, seeing other people's faces is so important. Is so important. Leanne, thank you very much for the super. Even if I don't understand English, I still support you, Daddy. I don't want to give up the chance to cheer you just because of the language. Well, of course not. I'm really appreciative that you want to learn a bit of English to speak to me, and I think that the way you're communicating now is very sweet, so thank you very much. Leanne, thank you so much for the supers. Everybody's tripping over rocks. Everybody's fucking it up. I'm walking. I like to walk. What's that episode of The Simpsons when Homer gets really into walking and then Marge hits him with her car? My gate is too large. Homer, your gate is too large. Your gate too wide. You're walking too fast. They'll kill you. Your swag is too real. Hold up, everybody. I'm gonna pause it for 1 second. I gotta turn on my AC because it's I'm starting to get quite sweaty. It's really hot in here. Whoa. There we go. You know, one of the most fun things for me. About having a treadmill is like when it, oh my god, that's really nice. Just feeling the cold air hit me in the back. Oh my god. I forgot what I was talking about. Anyway. Boom 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 boom. Mossy Kendall, thank you. Hope you know I went shin deep in mud, walking deep into the back property barefoot. There's something nice about getting a bit natural with it. Now, I haven't skinny dipped before, but I've been swimming in rivers and lakes, and there is a real beauty to that, you know, just sort of letting go of all the safety regulations of a swimming pool, all of that, and just being like, listen, I'm gonna go reconnect with nature. I'm just gonna go for a swim. There's something really nice about that sort of thing. But I will say, nothing for me is more fun than a really nice walk. Well, I mean, yeah, that's true. But going to a swimming pool with lots of slides, I love a pool with loads of slides. It's one of my favorite things. Like, I don't know if you guys who live in the UK have ever been to Centre Parks. Such a classic holiday. Such a classic holiday, a weekend break. It's always great to go to Centre Parks. I've been there with my friends a few times, and it's so nice to go. You know, everybody stays in a chalet together. You all have your own little rooms, and then you can go to this really big swimming oasis with these big slides, and it's just great. Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. And right now, you can get up to £50 off per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4. It's so crazy to me that a Jet 2 holiday has become a meme, because for me, I see the Jet 2 holidays ad every time I go to the cinema. Every time I'll go to an Odeon or whatever it is, there's always a Jet 2 holidays ad, and it's always funny. Every time, whether I'm by myself or I'm with my friends, we'll just laugh and be like, no, that beats a Jet 2 holiday. We've been doing that for ages. It's so weird that it's like, that this British ad has become so popular all over TikTok. It's so funny. Darling, hold my hand. Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. The funny thing is that the way that the ad read is done, nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. That's what at least every ad read done by, done by a woman sounds like. That is the female advertising voice. And the male advertising voice sounds very similar as well. TalkSport, whatever it is. Hi, everybody. Wix. What's the one for Wix? If we don't have it, you don't want it. Wednesday, thank you so much for the super. Mon bébé, have I seen Superman? I have seen it, and I did like it. There's lots of fun stuff about it. I'm excited to see Fantastic Four. Personally, I'm quite looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing Pedro Pascal. Okay, guys. Pedro Pascal is amazing to me. And Pedro Pascal talked about this when my mum came over during the Bonanza stream. We had a chat about this because Pedro Pascal is my mum's favorite man, right? She's obsessed with Pedro Pascal. Ever since she saw The Last of Us TV series, she's been obsessed with watching everything with Pedro Pascal in it, right? All I'll say is that, like, Pedro Pascal is definitely at least bi. Like, he might be one of the most camp actors in Hollywood currently. Some of the things he says, I'm like, no, this guy's gay as hell. Like, did you see the interview that he did? The interview he did with Dakota Johnson? It was so funny. Those two have great chemistry. But the one thing where she asked him a question, he says, yeah, so, you know, when I was a little boy, I was always changing, like Madonna. I'm like, that is the gayest thing that anybody in history has ever said. You could say, I want to have sex with men, and it would be less gay than saying that, you know? You know, like Madonna. Like, come on, who do you think you're fooling out here, Pedro? Who do you think you're fooling? Have I seen him with Oscar Isaac? I don't think I have. I have to check that out. I have to check that out. I think he's a proud bi. Is he really? I always heard that he tried to maintain that he just never really spoke about his sexuality, but I may be behind the times. Quite a bit. There's the other thing that's interesting about Pedro Pascal is, like, there's been a lot of commentary about, like, him being very physically affectionate with his female co-stars. Like how, him and, is it Vanessa Kirby, who plays Invisible Woman? On the press tour, they're always holding hands. Like, they're always hugging and they're always holding hands. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's such a nice thing, though. You know? I feel like, because clearly this is very much like a thing between the two of them. She reaches over and grabs his hand just as often as he grabs hers. And I feel like that's such a nice thing, to just be able to be very huggy and handholdy with someone that's your friend. I mean, if he really is like completely gay, then they are just queening out, you know. Because of his anxiety, yeah, man. If only I had a beautiful woman to hold my hand whenever I was feeling anxious. If only I had someone to cuddle with the moment I was feeling anxious, that'd be so cool. They need to normalize platonic love. Yeah, exactly. Winter, thank you very much for the super. I wish your mom could have been in my town. He filmed a cowboy movie right in the middle of my small town. Oh, would that have been Eddington? Would that have been Eddington? I'm quite interested in seeing that. It seems fun. It seems quite fun. Man. This is the thing about walking, right? Is like, we've been walking for 33 minutes. I can't feel this necessarily. I don't feel tired, really remotely. Tokito, thank you for the super. My sore back and aching waist, begging for a massage from your big feet. Oh my god, you want like a warrior massage? You want like a Russian warrior massage where you lie down and I stand on your back? Jesus, I think you just want to get stepped on. Mary Mercury, thank you for the super. Supposed to be released on July 31st this year. Ooh. Okay, well, I'll check that out. I'm not sure what that's about, but I'll definitely check it out. It sounds good. Very lively, thank you very much for the super. I'll hold your hand and massage you when you feel anxious. Yippee! 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 Now I feel better. Woohoo! So all I need is a handsome man or a cute girl to give me a nice hug and hold my hand when I'm feeling upset. That's all I need. Is it not hot enough for me? Well, I got my lovely AC. How hot is it? Well, the thing is that I'm in, while it may look like with the beautiful movie magic, it may seem as though I am in a wonderful tranquil forest, a piece of British countryside. I am actually inside a vocal recording booth that is in my apartment. And regardless, it's not terribly hot outside. Actually, it is pretty hot outside today. But even if it's not, it does get really hot here. Damien, thank you for the super. I'm not a beautiful woman. Would you settle for an awkward little man? That sounds very sweet. That sounds very, very cute, Damien. Don't worry, I'd like that too. I'd like that too. As long as you're okay with me pretending your wheelchair is a rocket ship and then we can like fly around on that. I don't know, I'm thinking about that now. It sounds really fun. It's like, woo-wee. Let's forget who we are for a minute. Let's just be kids for a little while and play and run around in the grass. Well, Mandu, thank you very much for the super. I'm interested in watching any Korean movies. I've seen a few Korean films. I think they're brilliant. Really like them. Bong Joon-ho obviously won 4 Oscars for Parasite. It was an incredible film. I watched the Oscars that night. It was a really good thing. But I need to watch more. I always talk about how great it is to watch foreign films, but I don't practice what I preach. I haven't seen nearly as many as I should, and I need to change that. May, thank you so much for the super. Thank you for taking me out. It's been so long since I last got out. Because you walk fast too? Alright. Let's walk fast. Let's walk fast. You can get away from all the noise. Let's have a little privacy, huh? Foxy Berry, thank you for the super. You reminded me. Family member of mine is absolutely obsessed with Pedro Pascal and Jeff Goldblum. I'm obsessed with Jeff Goldblum as well, because how the fuck... I think Jeff Goldblum might be a demon as well, to be honest, because how the fuck does he look so young? I think he's almost in his 70s, and he looks maybe 40 with a bit of salt and pepper. You know, he looks 40 but slightly grey. Jeff Goldblum is doing so well for his age. He's doing so well for his age. Unbelievable. My idol. Thank you so much for the super. I have to go back to being a VOD watcher. You stream so late. Watching you in spirit. Love you, daddy. Mwah. Thank you, Mayo. I hope you have fun watching the VODs. And you never know, every once in a while I might stream a little earlier. Hope you get a chance to catch me again. so much for the super. Big hug with lots of love. Thank you. Love you too. He's 72. I thought he was in his late 60s. He's 72 already. Fucking hell. Fucking hell, Jeff Goldblum. This is nice. This is real nice. The one problem with this treadmill is that my walking speed and my long legs are a little... I can just about feel my feet reaching the back of the treadmill, and I'm a little worried I'm gonna fall off the back of it at some point. But thankfully it doesn't go too fast, so you can't do anything stupid like that. Oh no, I have to be careful. I have to be careful. Oh no, oh no. Lou, thank you very much. I already went on a walk this morning, but I'm happy to do it again with you now. Just make sure to hold onto the leash, because you will start running. Okay. Can I say heel? Come here, boy. Come here, boy. Uma, have to run to catch your big steps. 4'8". What's up, you little goblin? Who's my little goblin? Who's my little gnome? Who's my little gnome tinkering with all my gears and gadgets? It's very cute, though. It's always nice to see you. Yeah, I'm gonna bring the speed down a little bit. I'm just a little worried. I'm a little worried about running off the back of this thing. Oh god, but 2 miles an hour feels so slow now. Oh. Bum, 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 bum. Shalu, thank you very much for the super. You're so good. Uma, thank you for the super. Very typical tiny person behavior. Sweet thing. Shorten my stride. This feels wrong. This feels wrong. This feels like I'm in a marching band. Good morning, USA. I got a feeling that it's gonna be a wonderful day. The sun in the sky has a smile on his face, and he's shining a salute to the American race. It's always swell to say, good morning, USA. I'm not in the USA. I'm in the UK. It's always swell to say. Asda is selling gorilla mugs. Get me to Asda this fucking instant. Get me to Asda right now. Gotta get me a gorilla mug. I remember, it wasn't recent. This was a good while ago. Maybe September last year, I think. So almost a year ago now. Me, Shu, and Uki were in Japan. We were in Shibuya. And we were going around... Is it Loft in Shibuya? The big department store where they've got lots and lots of things to buy. We were on like the second or third floor there, and then Shu said, Hey Vox, check this out. And it was a mug that it was a little monkey. It was a little monkey, and the handle was the monkey's arm, like, on his head. And you bet your ass I bought that mug. So now I have this little monkey from Shibuya downstairs. It's pretty cool. Miss Murder, thank you very much for the super. Oh, that you sent me. You told me about the gorillas. I just got so excited. I forgot that was even a super. I just saw gorilla. I got really excited. Yep, can't believe it's already July, and it's only 1 week away from August. I'm afraid. It's only 1 week away from August. Crazy. I'm walking with my hands in my pockets now. I'm a delinquent. I'm a real nasty character. You gotta watch out for me. I don't like authority. I don't like the man. I'm gonna I'm gonna graffiti this wall, and then I'm gonna have a co-signment of 120 disposable vapes delivered to my front door. Mairo, thank you very much for the super. There's this house near me that when I see, has a giant gorilla statue. That's me. That's where I live. Don't dox me. You found me. That's me. Son, thank you very much for the super. It's touching grass and met another kindred. That's crazy. Had a really good time, and I'm grateful knowing that you made me connect with new people. Oh, that's so sweet. I'm glad you got to meet another kindred. That sounds like a lot of fun. I'm glad you had a good time. Where are we walking to? We're just walking. We're just walking. How's that situation going? I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do about it, because I don't vape. I have no interest in vaping. But I don't believe that I don't believe that, given that it was specifically addressed to me, I don't believe that I have any legal requirement. I think it is mine now, that because it was delivered correctly to the address on the label, which for some fucking reason was my address. Right? Was it a prank? Who the fuck? Let's be honest, who the fuck? Most people who have something against me show up at my door and they try to kill me. And they quickly find out how difficult that is to do. Sending me a box of vapes. What if there's some vape demon hidden inside? What if there's some kind of vape demon hidden inside there? And that during the night they're gonna come out. If I ever... Maybe they made an incorrect assumption about me. Maybe they assumed that I vape, and that if I actually used one, the vape demon would emerge and then, like, get inside my lungs and destroy me from the inside. You never know. I mean, demons are very interesting. They have lots of very bizarre powers. I don't doubt there could be a demon made of vapor hiding inside a fucking Lost Mary. I believe that. That could be real. There's a demon who travels down electrical wires and can come out of your TV. Tampendom, thank you so much for the super. Dragging myself to the gym more and more. Though we don't have a personal trainer workout RPA ASMR yet, this will do. I watch the VOD when I'm on the treadmill. Leg day, woohoo! Thank you for the super, Tampendom. Yeah, it's a really nice idea. It's a really nice idea. I would love to do personal trainer. But like I said during the after party after the chef one, I just don't know if I could do it without it turning into something sexual. I feel like I just can't view that situation as not being filled with just palpable sexual tension. I don't know if I'd be able to make it straight up, you know? Pink unicorn flavored air. What if it's pink unicorn flavored air that kills you? What if it's a real unicorn that just materializes inside of you and then bursts out from within? What if the vape demon is inside the cartridge, and then when you inhale, the smoke or the vapor gets into your lungs, and then every inch of your lungs is laden with the demon's eggs. And they all hatch and they burst out of your body. That could probably happen. That could probably happen. I don't doubt that there's a demon out there that works like that. Sweden, thank you very much for the super. Might need a bike to keep me up. My stamina's a mess. No worries. No worries. A bike is a good way of exercising as well. Lorenz Lee, would you mind if we share a beer as we walk? Sounds like a good idea. Love a can while I'm having a nice walk. Yuki G, thank you so much for the super. My worst fear, the dragon fruit watermelon berry ice demon. The fucking blue raz Lost Mary demon is coming out of the vape. It's gonna kill us all. Tusakanai, thank you for the super. I'm gonna take advantage of your inattention and secretly turn off to the snack street. No you don't. No you don't. Here I come. I'm chasing you down. I'm chasing you down. Don't come back. We're spending time together. Come back. Hey, where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Hey, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. This is really nice. I'm glad I bought this. I'm glad I bought this because I'm streaming, but I've also been walking for almost 45 minutes. La 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 la. La 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 la. Man. I've been playing more Donkey Kong in my spare time. It's been really good. It's been really good. I've been running around trying to 100% the game. Getting all the fossils. I've already completed Ingot Isle and the hilltop layer. I don't want it to be over, to be honest. I don't want it to be over. I don't want to 100% the game. I want to get more out of it. It's such a huge game with so much to find, but I want more, you know? I want to be able to explore those levels for the first time again. The, what is it? So far, the one I'm least done with is the forest layer. The forest layer, I've got more than 40 bananas left to find, so I'm really excited to jump straight into that one and not use any banana maps or anything and just jump in and treat it like I'm there for the first time. Maybe I could do a challenge run, like a no skill points run, something like that. Maybe I could try speedrunning it. There's a lot of speedrun tech in the game already. Yuffie, thank you. You can just unlist it after, right? It's a little risky. I like the idea. It's a little risky. At most, I would do personal trainer and make it somewhat suggestive, you know? Becomes a singularity of bananas. Oh no, sounds kind of familiar. Jealous of your treadmill under your desk and feet. Yeah, that's true actually. Well, you know, it's not too late. It's not too late to become a treadmill. Kumo-sama, thank you so much for the super. Having a bad time. After watching this stream, feel better and decided to touch grass. It will help you so much. If you've been having a bad time, just take a walk. Take a walk. Take a walk. Breathe in the fresh air. Go out. Treat yourself to a little dinner, you know, maybe a drink or two, and then walk home. And you'll feel so much better. You'll immediately feel so much better. Lollipop, thank you very much. I'm bullying petite people. 135? How small are people getting these days? How small are people getting? They're coming out with people who are smaller than anyone has ever been before. Jesus. It's very cute. Slotaku, thank you very much for the super. I'm sorry I'm late. I overslept and got little legs, but I'm catching up. You're catching up. All right, come on. You can do it. You can do it. Got to smell the Blazing Mr. Sam recently, so it smells great, but for $520 is crazy. Well, the thing, I don't know. I find expensive perfume is sort of justifiable because I have had one bottle of Blazing Mr. Sam in my life, and it has lasted me for years. And I've gotten so much use out of it. I think, to be honest, the amount of super chats I've had of people talking about how much they like my choice of perfume has paid for it long since, you know? Tokito, thank you very much for the super. Listening to you walk, I feel like I've burned a year's worth of exercise. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Yeah, walking is a beautiful thing. It always feels so fun. It's always nice to do. You get some beautiful fresh air, and you just feel good once you've done it, you know? Murasaki, thank you very much for the super. You on a business trip? Watching your stream at the hotel. Hope you have a great time today. Thank you very much, Murasaki, for the super. I hope you have a wonderful time at the hotel on your business trip. Sounds very exciting. Good luck. Good luck to you. Yeah, what are they called? The scent library is a lot more affordable, and you get a ton of different You get a ton of different things. Oh my God. I'm not saying everybody's got to be able to afford it. I just think it's justifiable for a luxury perfume. You can get brilliant perfumes for less than that. But if you get their scent library, it's only $50. And then you'll be able to find the Blazing Mr. Sam in there. And as long as you're really conservative and you just have yourself a little, smell it every once in a while, then you can really live the fantasy of knowing what it's like to smell me. Naku, thank you very much for the super. Come on, puppy. Ooh, come on, heel. Come on, baby. This way, come on. Little Luna, thank you very much. I'd like to report from walk. Doggo was a pet beg floof. Oh, I'm so glad you had a nice time petting a dog. From all my walks, I remember every single dog I've ever pet. Every time a dog runs up and I get to pet a stranger's dog briefly, I remember it every single time. I even remember dogs I didn't get to pet. I remember dogs that I wanted to pet but didn't. I just remember dogs that I saw, Banana, thank you so much for the super. Oh no, I'm dozing off. I will get hit by a tree. Don't worry. I'll piggyback you. I'll carry you. I'll carry you to our destination, and then when we get to the pub, I'll sit you down. I'll order you your favorite, and then wait for you to wake back up. I've already seen it, Lilipop. Oh, of course. I mean, through the meet and greets, it's difficult to gauge, but of course, no, I do remember. You are very small. Snow Taco, thank you very much. I actually used to walk all the time inside my house, and it really helped in clearing my head. It was like meditation. Almost got chased by a dog. You mustn't let one weird dog scare you away from the outside. I've been chased by dogs before. If you can believe it. There was actually a time that I was scared of dogs. I remember, I think I was low-key a little bit, like, not traumatized, but I was a little scared of dogs for a while. I remember once I was walking somewhere, and then so here's the story, right? I'm walking through. I'm taking a bit of a detour through a field for a walk, and then this little dog comes up to me and starts going like starts barking, and I was like, I wasn't freaked out, but I was a little like, why is this dog so mad at me? And he was like running around me, and then got in front of me and was like, and then from behind me, his owner called him and said, "Come on, Fido," or like whatever his fucking name was, like Barry, whatever the fuck. And he doesn't realize, he forgets that I'm there. No object permanent, even though he can still see me. Runs straight forward into my legs, and I flip all the way through the air and land. Like he swept the feet out from under me, and I landed on my ass, just whoop-bum. And something about that really shook me. I don't know why. It just took me so by surprise, and I fell over and hurt myself pretty bad. I was like, oh my god. It was literally a Looney Tunes moment. From that point, I was like, I'm a little scared. Like I said, whenever I saw dogs after that, I would start getting a little bit like, oh my god, I hope that doesn't happen again. It's a very, very, very Looney Tunes interaction. But don't let a scary dog stop you from going out. I'm still going for walks, and nowadays I love dogs. They're the cutest things ever. I got a 1.3 million dogs subscribed to my YouTube channel, and they're all on this walk with me now. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Janice, thank you so much for the Aku Super. Lately I've been down, but your streams make things better. Thank you for bringing me so much energy and happiness. I'm trying to touch grass more, and also working hard on learning English. I love you so much. You're so cute. You're so cute, Janice. Thank you very much for the Aku Super, and I hope that you have a really, really nice rest of your day. I love you too. Thank you very much for supporting me, and I hope I can keep supporting you too. Remy, thank you. I was actually going to go outside, take a walk, and it started raining. No! I like a rainy walk. You just gotta get an umbrella. Unless it's raining like crazy. Koopa, thank you. One of my neighbors let their dog out without a leash, and bro tried to charge me as I walked by. I had to run across the street to get away. That's pretty scary. It's pretty scary when you can tell that they're really after you. That can be pretty scary. Wolf like, you're bit on the nose by a dog when you were 2. No, she was forced to eat cement when she was 2. No, I'm sorry. Sorry that happened to you, but unconditional love is true. I mean, it's not the dog's fault. It's not the dog's fault. I'm sorry that happened to you, though. That sounds like you would have been really scared and crying a lot. Zesu, guag, 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 guag. Have a lovely day. Had an interview with my professor and had a nice chat with my classmate. I'm going to play badminton with my roommate. You're having such a good day. I'm jealous of your day. You're having such a good day today. My goodness. Citrus, thank you for the super. Lays, thank you very much. Honestly, a nice change of scenery because I haven't been out of the non-stop rain for the past few weeks. I walk fast even as a 164 centimeter girlie picks up flower and puts it in your hair. Aww, it's so cute. I feel so bonita, so pretty. Thank you very much, Lays, for the super. I love you too. Alright, we've almost been going for an hour now. So, I think what I'm going to do... My legs are starting to feel a little tired, so what I'm going to do is slow us down for a minute. We've got about 5 minutes left before we've been doing an hour. So, I'm going to grab my chair, I'm going to grab a drink, and then come back up, give myself like 5-10 minutes, and then we'll get back to it. Maria Raid, welcome back, my flying daughter. Thank you for flying home. Come on in, Marippets. Good to see you guys. We're on a walk today. If you've all been inside watching Maria stream, now is the time to get a nice walk in. Now is the time to get a bit of exercise going. We're all going for a nice walk today. We're all going to take a walk today. It's going to be a good one. I'm going to turn up the forest sounds a little bit. They're really nice, aren't they? CN, thank you so much for the super. Just came back from a protest, making a big decision this Saturday. Well, I hope. I'm not sure what exactly is going on, but I hope that everything is fine. Thank you very much for the super, CN. Say, thank you very much for the gifted. Gosh, I'm feeling really sleepy. Feeling really tired all of a sudden. But I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Gifted Pog. Rest a bit, water. Yeah, I'm gonna get some water in a sec. I'm gonna get some water in just a little bit. Damien, thank you very much for the super. Can we take a nap when we get home, or maybe a bath together? Aww, I love you too, Damien. It's okay. Just a little puppy. We're gonna get home. We're gonna make sure we have a nice rest, and it's gonna be really, really nice. Cerelia, thank you very much for the super. Yesterday, I found a trail of tiny ants in my room. I'm so confused as my room is clean. Just want to say thank you to whoever suggested soap water in chat last week, and I also love you. Oh no, you had ants as well. Mwah. Thank you very much. I'm glad you got them sorted out. Yeah, soapy water does work. Soapy water does really, really work. It was my weapon of justice when I had the ant problem. And then the crawling insect raid spray got the rest of them, and I've had no ants ever since. Tokito, thank you. A former co-worker had a very clean dog. He would always wipe their paws after taking them for a walk. One day I tried to shake the dog's paw, and they turned their head away as if I had tainted their body. No, you met a hypochondriac dog. That's so sad. That's so sad. You met a hypochondriac dog, a germophobic dog. Oh no. Say thank you for the super. Gamba Jimmy. Gamba Jimmy. I'm doing alright. I'm going for my little walk. We've walked 3.5 miles. Isn't that great? 3.5 miles. In the comfort of my own office. Pennygoo, thank you so much for the super. Watching this and playing Stardew, thank you my lord. Helped me finally chill a bit. Oh, making me feel tall as a 175 girly. Well, I hate to break it to you, but I'm still taller than you. Thank you very much for the super. Noah, thank you very much. Thank you. Love you from the bottom of my heart. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Woof, woof. Come on, good girl. Come on, come on, come on. Walkies, come on. Let's go for a little walkies now. Come on. Heel. What's my heart rate at? I don't know. It's fairly low. It's fairly low. I'm very relaxed when I'm on walks. It's like bum, 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 bum. Probably like 70, 80 maybe. Like, you know, 80 BPM maybe. That's just an estimate though. Duck, thank you very much for the super. Zielginjoka raid welcomes up and to the stream, everybody. Welcome to the stream. You guys finished with your repo collab. I hope it was fun. Well, enough of that. Enough of being stuck inside dingy warehouses with crazy monsters. It's time to go for a nice walk, eh? It was gold. It was amazing as always. Duck, I'm glad you liked the VP. I put a lot of work into that one. It was really tricky, but I wanted to make it a really good one. I wanted to make it a really good one for the, you know, because I had the good fortune of being the official art featured for the voice pack, so I wanted to make it a good one. Cindy, thank you very much. You don't need to scare me. I'm just a silly little puppy who loves my owner. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yeah, welcome in, Zerpents. Today's stream, I've got this treadmill on, and I'm just taking a walk. We've walked for about an hour so far. Burned about 112 calories. Pretty cool. Yeah, we're literally just now, we've been walking for an hour. Pretty good. Pretty good. Oh wow, gifted Pog. Yeah, thank you, Kimi, for the gifted. Thank you very much. Some of the nicest things I think to do. You see, walking is one of the reasons why I love the UK so much. And I know everybody likes to make fun of the UK, and to an outsider, it is a very silly place. But you need to understand that some of the environment, some of the nature here is just so beautiful. And you've got really beautiful clean air, you've got lovely green trees. There's just so many nice places to go for walks. You know, it invites you to go for a walk. The nice thing as well, Avis, thank you very much for the gifted, sweetheart. Yukiji, thank you very much for the super as well. Got a second-hand mipape from a friend. He got bit squished in the mall. No. Papa's face is flatter than its ass. No. But thank you for the super. But yeah, you know, what am I thinking about? Yes. The benefit of the UK having a lot of older cities is that what you wind up with is very interesting sort of layouts of places. And I'll never forget when I've been living somewhere and I go exploring, the amount of times I'll suddenly find myself back where I was before, you know? Like, I'll walk, I love walks down canals, because you'll always find yourself somewhere, you know? You'll always find yourself somewhere else. Canals always go somewhere. So I remember once I was walking down a canal, and then I saw a bridge, and I thought, I'll go over the bridge. And then I went over the bridge, and then I found myself in a brand new town, and I walked around there. I went to the off license. I bought myself a little pack of sweets, because, you know, I have a little bit of a sweet tooth. And I went and I did that, and I walked around, I walked through a little park, and then suddenly I popped out this tiny little side road, and I was back at the beginning of the canal again. I had done a loop, and I didn't even plan on it. And it was just the most wonderful thing. It was the most wonderful thing in the world. Snowtaku, thank you very much for the super. Will there be more streams like this? Yeah, it's nice. No, I'll definitely wind up using the treadmill more often. It's definitely nice. If we did a personal trainer ASMR, we could definitely work this into it somehow. Effita, thank you very much for the gifted. Mwah. Oh, the scary tunnel story. Yeah, that's an old story. Man, that was an old story. That's a good one, though. Sneaking into an abandoned World War II era storage tunnel. No lights. Strange smells. Seeing graffiti on the walls. Pentagrams. 666. And then, you know, the point of no return, as was written on the wall. Mango, thank you so much for the super. Hope to visit one day. I hope you do. It's a really nice place. Javo, thank you very much for the super. Keep treating me like a dog and I'll go feral. Heel! Down, boy! Come on, heel! Who's a good boy? Lorenz Lee, thank you so much for the super. Just woke up an hour ago after my night shift, but walking with you made me feel awake. 522 big kisses. And for you too. Thank you so much. Woke up an hour ago after your night shift. You've been working hard. Well done. Snowtaku, mate. Workout buddy? Nah, I think personal trainer's better. I like it though. And I know how to do a personal trainer one because I had a personal trainer for a long time. I really should get back in touch with him. Really should get back in touch with my personal trainer. Things just got hard a little while ago and I kind of fell out of working out, but I'm getting back into it now. I like my PT. I did. Love that guy. He was so great. He's still around. I should definitely get back in touch with him. Leonardo, thank you so much for the super. You walk so fast, my lord, I can't catch you. Yes, you can. Come on. Just a little bit farther now. Come on, run after me. Good girl. Come on. Come on, good girl. This way. Come on, puppy, you can do it. Yeah. There you go. Oh, there's a good dog. Come on. Is my PT single? Yes. From what I'm aware of, my PT was great because he was a great guy. But he was always having dating problems, and the thing is, he had a very active dating life. He was only ever going on single dates. He would never be able to secure a second date. He was a very handsome guy, really worked out, he was fun to talk to. But unfortunately, I think he kind of fell victim to a lot of, like, the negative, talking and a lot of the negative circles you get into in the fitness community. You know, because the good side of the fitness community has a lot of people who are supporting each other no matter what. You know, you go to the gym and you'll have someone who comes over to spot you and wants to help you lift and all that sort of stuff. And he was a good guy. I maintain that he was a very nice, well-intentioned guy. But I think he just got affected by a lot of these bad ways of thinking, you know, and he kept saying, like, I don't know if women really think about it this way. And I'm like, man, there's nothing wrong with women. And he was like, you really think so? I think he'd probably just had a few bad dates, and then all these fucking podcasts had jumped down his throat and said, like, you need to think about this, and he was still fighting it. That's the thing. And what makes me think he really is a good person deep down is that he was still fighting it, and he was like, I don't know if I believe that, but I'm worried. He was worried, is all he was. He was worried about being alone, but he was being taken advantage of by these people who want to sell you shit. It was really sad. But the thing is that I always took that as an opportunity to try and help him and try and say, like, man, you know, there's nothing wrong with the women in this life. There's nothing wrong with the people you talk to. It's just a simple fact that, you know, you're being made to believe that things are worse than they are. And he did believe me. He was eager to see the best in people. He was just kind of vulnerable in that way. I do care about him a lot. I should get back in touch with him. I hope he's okay. And I hope he's managed to get past his, you know, his awful stigma around dating and managed to find someone he really loves. Because he always wanted to find the one, you know. He never wanted to be someone who was a playboy. He always wanted to just settle down with one girl, but he hadn't managed to yet. Kairos, thank you very much for the super. But here we are. Ruff, ruff. Come on, Kairos, come on, this way. Yumeko, 154, and now I feel even shorter. Well, you're lucky because, I mean, I'm into people whether you're, you know, tall or small. But short people are really cute, so you should be happy about that. Ted the Dream, thank you much for the Aku Super. I go walking in the park every day. Whenever another walker passes me, I can't help but speed up to overtake them. I'm short, but if you walk fast, I'll madly accelerate and blow right past you. We'd end up in an endless speed walking race. See, no, you're right, Tender Dream. I do the same. I do the same exact thing, right? Because what I do is if I've got my music on, I want to listen to my music loud, right? I want to listen to my music really loud. And so if I'm walking at the same speed as someone else, I get a little worried they can hear my music, so I'll start walking faster. And then if someone else walks faster than me, I'm like, suddenly it becomes a bit of a race. I'm like, I just want to get away from this person so I can listen to my music. And it becomes a bit of an issue. Lenny, thank you so much for the super. I think I need to be touched by you too. Don't worry, well, we're gonna hold hands on this walk, okay? We just gotta make sure we don't do anything too crazy out in public. I mean, I don't know, there's no one around right now. You know, maybe we can sneak off into the woods for a second or two. God, Parappa, thank you so much for the super. Uppies, come on! Up you get, up you get. Up you get. Ada Tenchi, thank you very much for the super. Feel a bit jealous. Also want Daddy to call me Puppy. Make me wag my tail. Come here, Puppy. Come here. Come here. Who's a good girl? Come on. Come on, walk with Daddy now. Come on. Come on. Who's a good girl? That's right. That's right. Aww. So cute. Misa, thank you very much. When I went to London, I was walking alone in the park. I thought many times how much more nice it would be if you were here with me. Well, in spirit I was there. Wouldn't want you to worry about that. I'm here in spirit. Okay guys, we've been walking for a good while. I'm gonna pause the treadmill for a second. I'm gonna go grab a little drink, and then we're gonna have a sit down for just a few minutes. Just a few minutes before we keep walking. So I'll be back in just a moment, okay? Don't go anywhere. Beep. I love getting off the treadmill and then feeling like the whole world is spinning. It's so fun. Alright, I'll be back in a sec. And I'm back. Hello, everyone. The thing is about it, I would want to sit down for a second, but that means I gotta move the treadmill out of the way and get my chair back, and I just don't really want to do that, you know? Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Everybody's giving me kisses. Everybody's kissing me, welcome back. Oh my god. Oh my god, thank you. Wow. 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 Sit on the desk. No! I don't want to tip it over. Alright, come on. Let's get back to it. Let's just keep walking. Why not? Beep, beep, beep. Wallflower. 5'4", half inches tall. It's such a short thing of you to do to always think about the half. Oh, I'm 4.5! I'm 5'4.5" inches tall, okay? So cute. I think I can reach the top of your head to brush away the sweat of the cold towel. Oh, little kiss on the cheek for you too, you sweet thing. Leanne, thank you very much. You're a little cat. Oh, you want to go for... Oh, a cat wanting to go for a walk. That's unique. Alright, alright. Good little kitty. Come for a walk with me. Toki-tung. Ah, flat feet. That's rough to deal with. That's rough to deal with. I had a friend who had flat feet, and it was painful for him. I didn't know him that well, but he was a nice enough guy. Just love energy to walk. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, walking's easy for me. Walking's easy for me. We're up to 70 minutes of walking. La 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 la. You know what I like for cats? I love those transparent backpacks people wear. The transparent backpacks that people wear so that you can have the cat on the inside and they get to look out and kind of sit in their little pod and see everything that's going on. I think that'd be so cute. I'd love to walk you around in a little backpack like that. La 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 la. I'm just so obsessed with Donkey Kong right now. I'm just so obsessed with Donkey Kong. I can't stop thinking about him. I'm thinking about it. Taru, thank you so much for the super. Wish I could get a ride on your back while you walk like a little sloth jetpack. Come on, baby, get on my back. Mwah. There's a good girl. Come on, let's go for little walkies. Then you can kind of rest your head on my shoulder like that and almost like go to sleep on my back. That's so cute. Gotta save your energy carrying you on my back to begin with so that you can use that energy being carried on my front later on. I gotta speed this thing back up. It was on 3 miles an hour and that's too slow for me. It's too slow for me. 4 miles an hour feels good for me. That's the right one. La da 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 da. Let it die, let it shrivel up and... NIJISANJI, thank you so much for the super. Went to the library to learn about film today. Took Pilates. It was tiring all day, but the thought of seeing you tonight made me so happy. You're such a good girl. Thank you for coming on this walk with me, and thank you for doing so much exercise. Well, Aini. Yuffie, thank you very much. Are you more obsessed with DK than Kindred? No, no. I love you, okay? I love you guys. I just have an I just love Donkey Kong so much. Okay, I just love Donkey Kong. One of these days, I might just do a second playthrough. I might just play Donkey Kong Bonanza again. You know? Might just start up a stream like, guys, we're gonna play Donkey Kong Bonanza again. Because it's that good. It's that good. Just do a full playthrough again. Little Luna, thank you for the super. Retract the first super. Back home now, my legs are shaking a little. Maybe we're too fast for my 5'6" body. Can you carry me? Okay. Come on, hup, uppies. There you go. There you go. Who's a good girl? Come on with me. Let's take you home. Run it back, round 2, Electric Boogaloo. We're gonna have a week of Kong every week, every single week. Every week, Thursday through Saturday will be 3 days of Donkey Kong Bonanza. It's just such an unbelievably good game. Avis, thank you for the super. My kindred friend put the Billy plush in the transparent backpack when we went to the Demon Hunters Cafe. Oh, that's so cute. You had little Milord looking out, enjoying all the sights and sounds. That's so sweet. I'm glad he had a good time. I'm very confident in saying now that it is one of my favorite games. It's one of the best games I've ever played. I felt like the recency bias. I was like, no, I can't. I've just played it now. I can't put that on my list. This is one of my favorite games. But then I saw like a bunch of other people also saying, yeah, this is the best platformer Nintendo have ever made. And I kind of think it is. I kind of wasn't expecting it to be that good. I knew it was going to be good because it's the Mario Odyssey team. Of course it's going to be good. But for it to be, you know, pretty, at least in my mind, solidly above Mario Odyssey is a thing of its own. You know, a real miracle. I would have been happy to just play more Donkey Kong. Oh god, Rachel. Only play Bonanza or Old School for the rest of my life? Listen. As much as I love Bonanza, Old School has virtually infinite content. I would never be bored playing RuneScape, certainly. There would always be something new to do. Whereas Bonanza, one day I will have done everything. You know, in Bonanza, I mean, you know, once you're 100% the game, what else is there to do but just, like, mine every single layer? But with Elephant, that becomes kind of easy, you know? So cool. I love the amount of JP comments on the first Bonanza VOD, all of the Japanese fans really enjoying my playthrough. It's so cute to see how I'm kind of known as the Nintendo Direct guy, you know? But I guess that's good. You know, you kind of have to embrace that. You kind of have to embrace that. Because if you asked me, you know, a year or so ago, what would your ideal image be? What would you want people to see you as? Being the guy who's known for screaming at a Nintendo Direct is not what I would have chosen. But, I mean, I'm very lucky to have been picked up by that at all. And to have people laugh and say that, you know, my earnest and my sincerity is very attractive or, you know, sweet and heartwarming. It's a very sweet thing, you know. And it meant that I got to have a really, really nice time playing DK Bonanza, and lots of people watched and enjoyed those streams. Monkey Kong is alive. Oh my god, I was right, I was fucking right, oh my god. I've watched that clip back so many times. It's like one of my favorite memories is of remembering what I felt when I saw Donkey Kong be revealed. I was like, because I was not exaggerating when I saw the banana. I was fully thinking like, yeah, this looks like Odyssey. This looks like Mario Odyssey. And the moment I saw on the canyon, what we now know to be the canyon layer, I saw the little banana, I was like, no, oh my god, it's a banana! I instantly knew. I instantly fucking knew. I just knew right away that it was Donkey Kong. Everywhere there are bananas, oh my god. And then we slowly realized. Saw, and then you see the little monkeys, the Rareware type monkeys on Ingot Isle. I was like, no way, no. It was so good. It was so good. I'm just so happy I get excited about things. After 400 or 500 years, I'm still getting excited about things. Aren't I so lucky? Aren't I so lucky? DK's biggest fan. Yeah, I hope I get to go back to USJ at some point and see Donkey Kong again. I'd bring my copy of Bonanza and my amiibo, and I'd be like, Donkey Kong, I'm your biggest fan. Tell me about Pauline. Tell me about, you know, maybe I should wear a Pauline costume and go see Donkey Kong and be like, do you remember me? You remember me? I'm back, Donkey Kong. Also, I've never seen this film because I heard it was real bad. But I did watch the scene from Pixels, the final battle being against Donkey Kong, like the arcade Donkey Kong. I hate to say it, but apart from like the painfully obvious green screen acting with the actors just standing still and stepping from side to side, like clearly so fake, I don't know, the fan service of just seeing the DK arcade game rendered like that and Adam Sandler fucking running around, I was like, this is pretty cool, right? This is pretty cool. Yes, thank you so much for the super. 2 EP for walkies, may I sit on top of your head, Ratatouille style. Okay, I just have this tiny little guy on my head. Come on, sit on my head. Just don't steer me into any trees by pulling my hair, okay? That's for later on. Donkey Kong. I also just love Adam Sandler looking up and saying, Donkey Kong. We should replay the Donkey Kong Country games at some point. I wonder if I could beat them faster now that I've beaten them once, you know? Lace, thank you very much. Can I get uppies and sit on my shoulders like a cat on a leash? Make you a flower crown, give you kisses and wipe your sweat as payment, that sounds good. As long as you're not storing my sweat to smell it later, okay? Come on, baby, sit on my shoulders. Look at this. Wow! Wow! Speedrunner arc? Maybe. I mean, if I speedrun any game, I'd want it to be Bonanza, because that's going to have a new speedrunning community, you know. Already speedrunners are picking the game up, and it's only been out for a week. So I am curious to see. I'm curious to see what the speed... I would like to try speedrunning Bonanza. I don't think I could do the most amazing job. I don't know how difficult the skips are to do. But, you know, giving it a go. I mean, I've seen I saw a sub 3 hour, like a guy beating it in 2.5 hours, and he wasn't doing any insane skips. You know, it was basically just playing through it as fast as possible. TLAs, thank you so much for the super. I want to know, if you walk into a cinema, what's your usual seat preference? I like to sit at the back. I like to sit at the back because there's no risk of you craning your neck. I like to sit at the back, or maybe near the middle. If it's a really big screen, I like to sit in the middle. But sitting in the back is usually nice because you get a bit of privacy. There's no risk of any kids kicking you in the back. Hiro, thank you so much for the super. You're 4'6". So tiny. So tiny. Get on my back. There's no way you're going to keep up with me and my immense walking speed. Come on, sit on my back. Yippee. Izu. That's because you are. You could treat me like a dog. That's right. Come on. Come on, Izu. Heel. There's a good dog. Look at this. All these short coins are 5'7". There's nothing wrong with being tall or short. Whoever you are, listen. If you're like insecure about being tall, there's a little movie I'd like to recommend you. It's called Tall Girl. You should definitely check it out. You should definitely check it out. It's a very good film from what I've heard. My favorite fact about the movie Tall Girl is that the writer, director, producer about it. So the film is about a tall girl who eventually ends up with a really short guy. And the writer, director, producer of the film is a guy who's like 5'1". It's like, come on, bro, make it a little less obvious than that, come on. Tokito, thank you so much for the super. Footsteps remind me of the strong alpha in 28 Years Later. Who's Samson? Ah, yeah. Very well-endowed Samson. It surprised me, because yes, you can see his penis in the movie, but it surprised me how on, like, all the reviews, all the user reviews were like, oh my god, can't believe there was all that cock on my screen. And I was like, have you never watched a film before? Like, penis is in so many movies. It's not that big of a deal. It is quite a large one, certainly. It is quite a large penis, but I just feel it's odd for such a great film for so many people to hone on the fact like, whoa, 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 whoa. There was a penis in this 18-rated horror movie? There was a penis in this? Oh my god. Thank you very much for the super. Have we got planning of the Chess Camellia workshop? Oh yes, no, I definitely will take a look very, very soon. I'm sorry that I haven't been able to yet, but I will take a look. Thank you very much for that, for the super. Thank you. Not even blurred. No, not blurred. It's just a penis. It's a film rated 18. If you see a film rated 18 and in the recommendations it says that there is full frontal nudity, well, you better be prepared to see some penis. And a penis is a normal part of the body. If you're assigned male at birth, there is a, you know, pretty solid chance that you will have a penis. There's nothing weird about penis. It's a very normal part of the body. You know the funny, what's the point though? The point is that it's a feral man. It's a feral man out in the woods, and he's running around, and he's a very big, strong guy. Why would we not see his penis? Where else is he putting it? It's been 28 years since the infection. 28 years, clothes don't last on a person's body for 28 years of running around in the woods. He's naked, and his penis, as a result, is out. End of story, really. It's not focused on, there's nothing sexual about it. Unless you find it hot. I mean, you know, you can if you want. What is wrong with the human body? Nothing. Nothing. I remember having a talk with this girl once who was like, like we're all feminist, right? But you know when you get so feminist that you almost become kind of prudish in a way? Like, I think feminism should be about, like, being comfortable about sexual discussion and opening that up, you know? But this girl was like, yeah, we had to learn about, when we were in university, was like, yeah, we had to learn about this sex scene. You know, it's like, ugh, I can't believe that. And I'm like, what, you're studying English literature and you're expecting to never read about sex, ever. Expecting to never, ever, ever read about sex. I'm like, come on. If you're asexual, if you're sex repulsed or anything like that, you can live your life in whatever way you want. Any way you want at all. Sex can be as big or as little of a part of your life as possible. But when you circle back to being a conservative, exactly. Literally, in nature, the purpose of every animal is to mate and reproduce. Like, before we introduce human beings who have all of these other ideas about things they want to do, every animal out there that doesn't reproduce asexually wants to mate. And as a result, sex is probably one of the chiefest ways in which all living species are connected. You know, there's a way in which we are linked with nature through our desire to procreate. And to think that as an adult, you know, attending university, everyone there is 18 and over, being asked to read a book with sex in it and saying, ugh, so inappropriate. You're never going to learn anything. You're going to be scared of dick for the rest of your life. You know, I'm not saying you need to enjoy penis, but if you're a straight girl or if you're a gay man and you enjoy the idea of sex but you're scared of reading about penis, you're probably going to finally get into a sexual situation and be like, oh my god, it's a penis. But there's nothing scary about penis. 50% of the people on Earth have a penis. There's nothing scary about a penis. They can't do anything. They can't do anything. I mean, the people attached to them can do some stuff, but the penis itself is not a dangerous implement at all. Very easy to wound a penis if you know what you're doing, especially if it's hard, you know. Crack it like a glow stick, and then suddenly, and the penis is no longer scary, right? If you're a little nervous about it, that's fine, but, you know, you gotta be, if you're in, you know, academia, you gotta be prepared to read about sex. Sex is a part of academia and the arts, period. No question about it. There's no avoiding that. Trigger warnings deserve to be on things, and if you're triggered by that, you can't ask for it to be taken down. You have the right to remove yourself from the situation. That's how it should be. You should be able to censor your own experience and be able to say, well, I personally don't want to interact with anything to do with sex, and it's like, you do not have to. End of story. But you can't stop other people from learning about those things. That's the way, you know. It's like the whole thing that conservatives wanted people to believe about trigger warnings was that it was all about censoring it for everybody, being like, we can't have any of this, we can't have any of that, we can't have any of this. And it's like, no, you can have any perspective you want, you can learn about anything you like, but people deserve to be able to remove themselves from a situation that they would find deeply troubling to them. And that's their own choice about their own life. Simple as that. What's the name of the movie again? Tall Girl. So, what have we learned today? Well, we love to walk. It's good for you. I've been walking for how long? Treadmill, tell me how long I've walked. We've walked almost 6 miles today. Burned 172 calories. I've been walking for 90 minutes. Wow, that's so cool. Nazwa, thank you so much for the gift head. Thank you very much. Sing Free from K-pop Demon Hunters. How about you sing? I was going to try and say something snarky, but I can't think of anything because I've been walking for too long. Oopsie daisy. Silly me. I don't even remember what free sounds like. I remember golden, and I remember how it's done, and that's about it, really. And My Little Soda Pop as well. Karma by Jojo Siwa. You wanna know what I think? Maybe this is an unpopular opinion. I think we should go easy on Jojo Siwa. I think people are very mean to her. You know, I think people really get off on being very mean to Jojo Siwa, and I think she has been through a lot, and I think we should be nice to her personally. Am I wrong for that? Am I wrong for thinking that she gets a lot of very negative attention and doesn't really deserve it? You know? Because she was famous from a very young age. Famous for a very, very, very young age. She was famous from an incredibly young age, was subject to a lot of criticism online from when she was like, what, 12, 13? Years and years pass, and then the moment she's old enough to make her own decisions, she wants to do her own art, like with the whole metalhead thing, and then gets relentlessly bullied for that. You know, and is like, oh, this is fucking sucks. So she can't avoid getting made fun of for anything that she does, according to what other people tell her to do. And she can't avoid getting made fun of when she does stuff on her own. And then, and I know that I know there's this thing about her being a lesbian and then suddenly, you know, moving on from her partner to be with a guy after they were on Big Brother together. The fact is, when someone's been that thoroughly traumatized, you can be critical of that, but I feel as though it's a little sad to only see that. It's a little sad to only see that. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good that she did that. But did you see the way Mickey Rourke treated her on Big Brother? And the way that that guy came over and the way that she was like, she held herself together so well? The thing that struck me about JoJo is the way that she was so, like, when Mickey Rourke was saying such horrible things to her, when he was literally, like, you know, making threats, essentially, at her, and she kept a completely straight face, didn't take the bait, did not threaten him back, said nothing, did nothing, when she would have had every right to. She would have had every right to go off on him, but she didn't. She allowed him to say whatever she wanted, and then she couldn't stop herself from crying afterwards. And you have to imagine just how much abuse she's been subjected to have developed such a stonewalled response to such an awful thing that a man has said to her, you know? You know, we shouldn't move on from the cheating or whatever it is, but it's not, you know, there's no justification for it, but I can't help but feel bad for what she's been through. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. She's been through so much and is clearly struggling to find herself. She is struggling to find herself, and I think that we should be just a little bit more understanding of that kind of thing. You know what I mean? She's overhated for the wrong reasons. I mean, I don't know if she cheated. I think it was, maybe she cheated, maybe she didn't. I don't know what the truth is with that. If she did, very bad thing to do. Very, very bad. No one is saying that. But I think that a lot of people underestimate the psychic damage that can be done by that type of lifestyle. She's only 22. I mean, for fuck's sake. She's only 22. That is so unbelievably young. Not, you know, you're old enough to know better. But you know what they said in Better Man? Robbie Williams, and who was at the support group. What was said about the fact that your age freezes the moment you get famous. She got famous when she was like 13. You have a lot to work through, and so we should hold her accountable for what she does wrong, but let's just give her some fucking space, you know, and like, instead of, you know, every time she tries to do something musically, before she even did anything wrong, before the cheating thing, people were still being terrible to her. In this publication, she was 3? 3? I didn't know that. I didn't know it was since she was 3. Fucking hell. Wikipedia, she went on TV when she was 9. Think about that, guys, for a second, right? No no, that doesn't mean you have to forgive her if she does something that you personally find to be reprehensible. But think about the damage that does to a person to have been in the spotlight and been famous since you were fucking 9. Imagine if you had gotten famous when you were 9. Fuck me. No, dreadful. No, dreadful. But that's just what I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little too empathetic. Maybe I'm a bit too empathetic, and maybe, and maybe I should be more critical of people who do bad things, but when I don't know, when I hear someone's perspective, I always just feel sad. I don't know, I always feel sad. Please speak in dog for us. Why don't you speak in dog for me, huh? Why don't you put your money where your mouth is, and why don't you bark for it, huh? If you're so desperate for getting me to do something, why don't you do something for me, huh? Yeah, exactly. You can be critical of one thing about a person while also being empathetic towards other aspects of their personality. Again, these things aren't black and white. You can feel one thing and another thing at the same time. Exactly. You can be indifferent. You can be perfectly indifferent. Koopa, thank you so much for the super. Jojo Siwa was going through all the same awkward discovering yourself phase we all had at her age, except she has to do it in front of millions of people. Very true. Very true. God forbid people see a lot of the art that I was making when I first decided to try. Jesus Christ, some of those books I was writing maybe 12, 15 years ago, fuck me, they were bad. La 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 la. La la la. Is Vonks actually outside walking? Yes, I'm out your house. I'm outside your house, and I'm coming. Here I come. Here I come. I'm coming. I'm running. You better stop moving. You better stop moving. I'm going to collide with your house at any moment. Here I come. Here I come. I'm going to run into your house. I'm going to bam. I'm going to smash through the door. Brrr. Oh yeah, I mean, I used to write a lot of books, but I never finished any. I never finished them, but I wrote, I had this one fantasy book going that my friend and I, one of my friends and I, we were working on. My friend gave me the idea for it, and then I started writing it, and we were both like, kind of co-working on it. And it was a fantasy/sci-fi story. It's pretty bad. When I look back at the language in it, I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck was I thinking? What the fuck was I thinking writing this? But the premise was alright. It was kind of wacky. It was about a huge fantasy world, you know, with warring clans, much like in Game of Thrones, you know, the different houses, but as a twist, there's a huge ocean in the middle of that continent, and floating above it is a massive floating city that no one on the ground has ever been to, and that floating city has modern technology, right? So you got massive skyscrapers, and it's like steampunk / Blade Runner type of thing, and then one of those guys from that world, the punishment for crime in that world is being thrown off the edge of the city into the medieval world below, and that happens to a guy who somehow survives. And then they have to go on a quest, and he meets up with this guy from one of the villages who has a lot of, like, demons of his own. But it was not good. It was not good. It was mostly just me thinking about what is cool that I like right now and just shoving it all in there. You know, shoving it all in, trying to be like, oh, there's a council. Yeah, there's the council, and they're doing the thing. Oh, there's this. Oh, there's that. Blah, 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 blah. And it was not good. It was not good. So many weird, corny lines of me thinking like, yeah, at the time I was like, yeah, this is so smart, and then I read it back like 10 years later, I'm like, fuck, this is bad. You know, and that's that. So there was that. The one that wound up inspiring the Mad Scientist ASMR was about a girl and her father who live in a closed-off, secluded house, and she is like, she doesn't know what anything is, and all of the writing was supposed to be like describing things as though a person didn't know what anything was, and it was about her discovering, like, you know, she was a science experiment, whatever it was, and it was very like, it was very goth, right? It was very goth. There was a lot of, like, edgy, sort of, you know, black lipstick kind of thing going on. And I was definitely going through a bit of an emo phase at the time, because I had a lot of friends who were into that sort of thing, and I wanted to do more of that at the time, but I was a little too, like, you know, reserved to properly lean into it, so I just wrote about that sort of thing for a while. But that wound up inspiring the Mad Scientist ASMR, which is pretty cool. And then there was another one that I started writing, which was especially cringe. Especially cringe. Which was about, it was actually like, because it was in like 2014, I think, when a lot of films and shows were coming out, and I was getting inspired by, like, those things. So you can see the DNA of this story in, like, just whatever was coming out that year. So I'd seen Breaking Bad, I was watching Dexter and Hannibal, I was into my anti-hero TV shows, right, at the time. And then also, what else came out that year? Oh, Theory of Everything, right? And so I made up a story about, it was like literally the same plot as Breaking Bad. It was like, main character has an illness, in this case it was motor neuron disease, much like Stephen Hawking, you know, which Theory of Everything was about him. So that was where I got that idea from, you can tell. And it was about him being like a giga genius who was like, I'm gonna take over the world. And that story sort of evolved over time and took on a completely different identity later on, because at the beginning it was like just really dumb, self-indulgent schlock at the beginning. But, you know, there was still some good stuff sort of hidden in there, and some of the ideas from that have survived into stories that I'm still kind of low-key writing today, although I don't really write a lot these days that's not to do with my real life, because that's, you know, that's my job at the moment. Ignis, thank you very much for the super. Have you been? It has. It's lovely to see you again. You got a boyfriend! You're moving together. Also, you're reminding me of all my OCs and fics I did. Yeah, I'm cringing too. I'm cringing too reading this out. But the thing is that I'm remembering from that story, I'm remembering from that story how there were some concepts and ideas that have survived into stories that I'm thinking about writing in the future. And it's like, you know, even though that story from back then, it was bad, there were still some ideas that I can take from that. So that's why it's good that you write these things. You know, I would get about 40,000 words in and then just be like, fuck, I don't care anymore. I never finished them. Even though I had endings in mind, I just never finished them. And, you know, that's why they say, don't, you know, make it first, but don't, you know, make it good later. Just make it exist first, then make it good later. Chameleons, thank you for the super. Thank you for the walking stream, which allowed me to experience the feeling of chasing demon. I love you so much. I love you too, Chameleons. Yeah, you gotta chase me down. You gotta chase me down. Hell yeah, we burned 200 calories already. Easy money. Endings where I knew the end, stories where I knew the ending and couldn't create a plot to reach it. Yeah, it would just get to a point where I would have like the beginning and the middle that I would really like. It was always the third act, you know? The lead up to the ending where I'm like, God, what the fuck do I do now? And then I just lose interest and write something else. Pei-chan, thank you so much for the super. I usually don't like walking. I even bike to 7-Eleven, but that's just 3 minutes away. But if it's with you, I'd walk anywhere, no matter how far. Well, we've been walking for almost 2 hours now, so you better get ready. You better get ready for some walking. We've been walking for a while. La da 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 da. Foxy, thank you so much for the super. And on the side of fantasy or historical fantasy with touches of psychological and cosmic horror. Ooh. Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings being a big inspo for world building. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Lord of the Rings is a class act, definitely. Love making fantasy world, but it's hard. You need to spend a lot of time on it. You need to spend a lot of time to make it feel like a real place. You know, it can't just exist to service the story. A fantasy world, it really has to have more texture than that. At least I think so. Lucia, thank you so much for the super. I hate cardio, but I love walking with you. I love walking with you too. Come on. Come on, baby, let's walk together. Naichi, thank you so much for the super. I've been so afraid of sharing ideas, so this is meaning a lot to me. Thank you so much, my lord. Goes chasing you. Also, I loved walking in England back when I was there. It is nice, isn't it? It's such a lovely place to walk. Thoughts on Twin Peaks Firewalk with me? You're gonna hate me. I haven't actually seen it. I feel terrible. I love David Lynch. I love The Elephant Man. I haven't actually seen Twin Peaks Firewalk with me, and I have to see it. I know it's brilliant, but there are so many great films that I haven't gotten around to seeing yet. God rest his soul, David Lynch should have gotten to do so much more and while he was alive. What an incredible vision. What a visionary. What an incredible guy. Blue Velvet is crazy. I remember watching Blue Velvet. That was nuts. Mommy! Mommy! What type of ice cream flavor do you like? I like salted caramel and mint choc chip. La da da la da da la da 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 da. I'm walking, do you? I'm walking along the view. Everyone, take a look at the view. Everyone, we're walking. I'm gonna turn the speed up. Oh, the speed is a lot, mate. The speed is a lot, mate. I can still power walk this, just about. I've almost gone 7 miles. Almost gone 7 miles. You know something? If we'd been able to walk straight down into the ocean, we'd almost be reaching the bottom of the ocean and the Marianas Trench. Isn't that crazy? Foxyberry, thank you for the super. World building, while being hard, can be fun because depending on your inspiration, they can learn so much about different cultures and their history. No, this is so true. World building, because it'll always be inspired by a certain part of your own life and your own expectations for culture. So it becomes interesting to share those kinds of things, you know? At least I'm pretty sure the ocean is 7 miles deep. I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure it is. How long do you usually do your cardio? Not this long. Normally my cardio is about 10 minutes on a treadmill, but I'm running. Normally I'll run for about 10 minutes. I'll try to break, you know. Oh no, I do 10 kilometers. I do 10 kilometers on a treadmill as my cardio, as my warm-up before I work out usually. It's 10 kilometers. Cooper, thank you for the super. One little power walk and we're carrying like 15 kindred on his back. Oh yes, I'm a strong boy. I'm a strong boy. Face reveal? What do you mean? Everyone keeps asking me for a face reveal. This is my face. This is my face. What are you talking about? Everyone keeps asking to see my face. What, is my face here not good enough? This is my face. This is the face I've had since the day I was born. We're really getting there now. We're really getting there now. We're gonna make it to the 2-hour mark, I think, guys, and that's when I'm gonna take a break. So that's why I'm going fast now. Going fast to kind of get a lot more in before we wrap up. Teach me your skincare routine. I had a shower stream where I did my skincare routine. You can go and watch that. Angel, thank you so much for the super. I love you too. My favorite meme right now. I enjoyed Orc City a lot when that was happening. I enjoyed the Orc City meme, that was pretty funny. I don't know really. What time is it in the UK? It's almost 5 p.m. It's almost 5. We went to Orc City and nobody knew you. Yeah, I walked through a knuckles depth of blood and ash in Orc City, looking for my brother. Jesus. Yeah, he was in the Elvish Highlands. Whoa. Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. And right now, you save up to £50 per person. That's almost £200 off for a family of 4. I want to tell you a story now about a man from our nation's great capital of Ottawa. His name was Jacques de Gautier. And by golly, he was going to be the next. He could solve complex equations simply in his mind. He was a great mind, and he was going to save us all. Oh yes, by golly, he was going to be the next. This man, Jacques de Gatineau, I think he just changed his name. Well, a man grows. And then, he vanished. We didn't hear from him for a long time. Didn't hear from him for ages, and we thought, or perhaps he had died. And then one day I was at a zoo, I was at the aquarium, and I was seeing these little dolphins, and there, who do I see? Jacques de Gatineau. And he is there, he's simply feeding a dolphin. I gotta say, how could you, Jacques de Gatineau? You are going to be our savior. You were going to go to our nation's great capital of Ottawa, and you were to save us all. How could you abandon us? And he says, oh, well, look, I'm here, I'm feeding a youthful porpoise. Rest in peace, the late, great Noel MacDonald. Sometimes I forget that he's dead. 24 karat a cuckoo. Alright, the stream is coming up on 2 hours now. So I think that is gonna do it for me. Hi Lee, thank you so much for the super. Legs are trash, how do you walk for so long? I love walking, it just makes me happy. Lily, thank you so much for the super. When I visited London, a friend and me were walking a dog. It was a really nice walk, but we almost got attacked by cows that were running around freely. I love cows. I haven't played Mario Kart World in a while. I miss cow. Moo. Alright, and that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it. And slow down, slow down. That's good. We did it. 2 hours almost of walking. Around about... Well, let me get off here. Whoa, I'm dizzy. I'm dizzy. My body is disoriented. Alright, let me shuffle this guy out of the way. It's a surprisingly light implement. Oh god, this thing is warm. It's warm as hell. Get over there. Get it. Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna sit my desk down, and I'm gonna go ahead and sit down with you all. What a walk, what a day. See you then, thank you so much for the super. Can I become a puppy and climb onto your shoulder? I want to see the world the way you do. Of course you can, of course you can. Sunny, thank you so much for the super. Enjoy the walking long distances. I walk very fast, but I get lost. Aww. I wouldn't let you get lost. I'd be there for you, don't worry. Still doing the doggy ASMR? I think I will. I didn't feel like I had enough time this week, but next week I think I'll do it. Okay. So. Why have you not told them we are married? Because I don't like lying! Because I don't know who you are! Who are you? What are you doing in my house? And why are you claiming that we are married? Who are you? Doggy, yes. Yes. 2-hour doggy-style ASMR. Backshots ASMR. Tune in next week. Tune in next week, guys. Tokito, thank you for the Aku Super. Oh, please. I've walked so far. I've worked out so much. Hold me. Hold me, please. Thank you, sweetheart. It's very kind of you for the Aku Super. That is like a hug to me. You've given me a nice big hug. Malevolent backshots. Ah, I love the bird. I'm going to turn off the AC for a little bit so we can enjoy the birds. Thank you, artlist.io, for your lovely sound effect. Oh, no! I dropped a can. I'm so clumsy, you guys. Jade, thank you very much for the super. All the talk about pee-pee earlier reminds me we're surrounded by trees, but it's only your wood that would set this bush on fire. Oh. What can I say? It was pretty funny. Damn you good. I'm clumsy. Clumsy, guys. I'm sorry. I can't help it. I can't help it. Okay. Highly, thank you. How to deal with sore muscles after training. Really need help. Feel like my legs aren't mine anymore. Thing about that, Highly, is that if your legs are sore after you work out, it means the workout was a good one. It means it worked. So you just got to cope with the pain. You just have to cope with the pain because that means your muscles are growing. You know, once the pain wears off, you'll feel better. Just make sure you're drinking plenty of water and that you're giving them a rest. That's all you need to do. Noah, thank you for the super. I love you too. Thank you. Son, thank you. Johnson Pets after that. Long walk, pretty boy. Why don't you get the fuck out of my sight before I pet you back, and I'll pet you hard too. Pet you, mate. I'll pet you so hard it hurts, and you're wondering if I'm trying to hurt you or not. I'm gonna start making you question whether or not I have your best interests at heart. You start hitting me with that shit. But I am a pretty boy. Honestly, I think that was probably a nice message. I just get so like immediately worried whenever someone I feel like I read like some weird submissive thing about so many messages people give me where if someone says something even nice to me, sometimes I'll immediately be like, oh, this is clearly some bottom enthusiast who doesn't know and is just trying to get me to say something. But then Son has been here for a while and that's actually not bad at all. I think I'm just traumatized. Little Luna, thank you for the super. Are we going to be the doggy or are you the doggy? I will never be a doggy. What's going to happen is the ASMR is going to be a entirely safe for work ASMR where the listener is a dog. So I will be like just your owner and we're going to go for walks and I'm going to get like a rug that I can scratch and be like, wasn't meant that way. Okay, good. I'm glad you think so. I'll be like, I'm going to give you pets and I'm going to have a leash with like, you know, you can hear the jangling of the chain and stuff. We're going to go for walks and I'm going to give you pets on the head and treat you tricks and give you treats and stuff. And the whole point is that it's like, in this community, you would see that and be like, people who don't know would see that and be like, wow, is this some kind of pup play thing? But no, it's literally just, you are a dog. And that's it. That's right. That's right. How to be dish soap. Aren't the birds nice? Worm ASMR part 2, but now the worm got transformed into a dog. The worm ASMR was a really good one. The worm ASMR was a really good one. That's true. For the ASMR, I'd love it if chat was just woof. I'd love it if you guys were just saying like woof, pant, bark, bark, woof, woof the whole time. Boss might be confused. Now that's true. That's true. It's definitely not, it's definitely say-so. It's definitely not sexual. But if you went to work and you were listening to that and your boss said, what is this? And then you showed them, oh yeah, this is an ASMR where I'm role-playing as this guy's dog, then they might be like, I might be a little confused. Sunny, thank you so much for the super. Okay, I'd love to go on a roller coaster with you. Dorothy, thank you for the super as well. And Wallflower, I think a nice leg and foot rub is well deserved. A cold shower too. Oh, I'd love a cold shower now. Maybe some chocolate mint ice cream or salted caramel. Whichever you're in the mood for. Is it a problem if I'm in the mood for a kiss right now? Femboy made purrs for 2 hours ASMR. I think you're watching the wrong YouTube channel for that kind of thing. Alban Knox is down the road and on the left. Right. I'm sleepy now. We have done a big or long walk for 2 hours. My feet hurt, my legs hurt, and I'm ready to relax. So I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna end stream there. But thank you very much, everyone, for giving me such a beautiful day out. We had a nice walk. We got a chance to hang out. We did all kinds of stuff together. And I'm gonna see you all tomorrow, where we're gonna play some RuneScape together, and it's gonna be real nice. Valamore update is out, and I'm looking forward to experiencing it all for the first time with you, my sweet kindred. Nova, thank you very much. Got free donuts, and have a free lunch. Okay, you gotta go for a walk afterwards to work off all of those donuts, so I'll hold you to that. Hope you have a nice time. Slack! The moment I stop walking, Slack comes in. Misty, thank you very much for the super. Oh yeah, FNAF trailer. Citrus, thank you very much for the super. Don't forget to stretch. Have you seen the new FNAF trailer? Citrus, thank you for the super. Have a good rest. Yes, I'll stretch out. I'll stretch. And then I'll stretch you. Fern, thank you very much for the super. Rest well. Thank you for the stream. Of course. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye, guys. Oh, the bird's back. Put him back on. Yeah! Woo!